Hey guys, it's Monday morning here in the Philippines, so it is time for us to do our premium car unboxing. And today I have a helper, my son Ethan, so if you hear a few little odd sounds in the background, that would probably be him. So anyways, he's going to help me show you guys some muscle cars. Our theme today is Muscle Car Monday, and we have some team transporters from Hot Wheels. One from this second to last release, and then two from the past release. We've got one from each big car manufacturer in America. We got one from Ford, we've got one from Chevy, and one from Dodge Mopar. So the oldest one we have is the Ford release. That is a 1969 Ford Mustang Boss 302 and the retro rig. This is a really nice set. And let me flip it around. As I said, this is not the newest release. This is like the second to the last release. I had the whole thing because I had to buy the case, but I sold the Moon Eyes VW just because one of my other friends wanted it more than I did. I kept the Benz and the Ford Mustang 302. I still had the Ford GT, but I'm not unboxing it. I'm trying to sell it also. The only ones that really appealed to me in this case were the 69 Ford Mustang Boss and then the Mercedes Benz. But the recent released case, I got lucky and I was able to buy them individually. So I got to pick and choose what I wanted. So I only bought the Dodge and the Chevy because I didn't really want the VW and I didn't really want the Mazda. So anyways, this is our Mustang. And then this is our Chevy, the Corvette. This one I'm really hyped about because I just love that Corvette. It looks like the old SCCA racers, like the Grand Sport Vet, how it was done with the really slam chassis, the flared fenders and everything. So it just reminds me of the Grand Sport look, the SCCA type look. Love this casting. The Fast and Furious one was okay, but this one is really cool. So I am really hyped about getting this out of the box and looking at it with you guys. Then, last but not least, is our Mopar. Our Panther Pink, I guess that's what I would call it. Maybe a little bit lighter than Moulin Rouge or Panther Pink, but still kind of similar. So it's kind of cool. It's the Hemi Dart, 68 Dodge Dart with this new release Horizon hauler. This is a new hauler, first time we've seen this one, because the retro rig and the Fleet Flyer we've seen in previous releases, but this is the first time for the Horizon hauler. So this is a pretty cool looking hauler, a little odd looking too to my taste. Like the front of it kind of looks like a old Ford, but it looks like it hit something, like a deer or something. But anyways, let's go ahead and start with the oldest one first. That would be our Ford, and then we'll move along to the newer release. And while we're looking at packages, let me go ahead and give you a rundown on the back of the box of this. This is the recent releases. As you can see, the Baja Bug, which is cool. I mean, I really do dig that. And it has the wide open hauler transporter like the 70 Superbird came with. But it's just not my cup of tea. And then the Infinity, I think is what it's called, whatever, F&E or something like that, Mazda hauler, and it is pretty cool. And the Mazda is really cool. It's, once again, just not my cup of tea. I'm not much into those Le Mans style cars unless they're like real looking cars, like the GT40 and things like that. Of course, I do dig those. But the classic GT40, not those newer Ford GTs. Not a big fan of them either. So that's why I'm not keeping the Castrol from the other set. But anyways, I'm kind of more focused on the muscle cars and these team transporters anymore. But that's what comes in your case. If you were to buy the whole case, you get one of each of these. So that is kind of cool instead of getting like doubles. Sometimes at the beginning of these team transporters, they would only release 3, and then you would get 2 of one and then 1 of each of the others. Then sometimes they'll re-release, which this Mazda is a second release. Unfortunately, it's not a new, it is a repeat, kind of like some of the other ones they've done that with in the past. So anyways, let's get one of these bad boys out and look at them. And that would be our Ford. I do dig this casting. This is actually the recent RLC release Ford Mustang, the pink one, with the Neo-style wheels. And it is actually one of my favorite Mustang castings from Hot Wheels. It first appeared, I believe, back in 2011 in the Vintage Racing Series. And it was on, well, not on, but it was Parnelli Jones' car and George Fulmer's car. And they were that, like, taxi cab yellow, number 15 and number 16. That was the first time these cars appeared. But it has since been in the club and convention series, and then it's been in the retail series quite a bit. It even made an appearance in the Super Treasure Hunt back in 2013, maybe 14, and it was really a cool looking car, like that copper root beer color with the gray Watanabe wheels. These wheels fit this car perfectly. So this is like Ford Race Team. This would be like maybe like the experimental Boss back in '69. So really cool looking car. And then this has the really killer chassis that was totally made for like Trans Am racing. So this casting is like perfect for a Trans Am racer. You couldn't ask for actually better detail. And then the like slam chassis, flared fenders, everything looks great. So they did a great job on this from Hot Wheels. And the retro rig painted up to match this perfectly. Looks great together. The retro rig I really dig. It's actually pretty suiting for these like late 60s cars. Like Snake and Mongoose, perfect fit for them. Although I wish it would be like a quad cab, like the D600 or whatever those things were. They were huge. But yeah, they did a great job in the RLC sets for the Snake and Mongoose back in 2011. But the retro rig is cool for the money that we're paying, like 15 bucks a set, 12 bucks a set, something like that. But yeah, the retro rig is cool, and it's like pretty much spot on for the era. Just could be a little bit longer, maybe, and throw on a tire rack or something like that. So that would be the only thing I would change. But yeah, perfect combination with this Mustang. So that is the Ford. So let's go ahead and take out the pink Mopar. And as I said, this Horizon Hauler, this is a new one. First time we're seeing this in the team transporters. So let's get him out, put him there. It's kind of hard to hold Ethan and open these at the same time. I'm really surprised he's being as quiet as what he is. He's kind of enthused with the cars, I believe. So anyways, let's take a look at the darts first. This is actually a really cool casting. This is actually perfect for the 68 Superstock dart. The way they opened up the quarters, everything. The kind of like maybe 10, 12-inch slick, something like that. But this casting I've always loved. It's been around for a while, since the early 2000s, and they did a superb job with this car. I just wish they would release it like the Hearst looked when it rolled off the assembly line, in primer gray with a black gel coat fiberglass front end. But anyways, kind of a cool name for this dart, swinging thing, because of the dart swinger. And the Mariposa Speed Shop in Alguenda, California, I believe, is what it says. I think. Trying to get it to focus in. Anyways, maybe it's, yeah, it is California, so I'm not sure on the city, though. I can't really read it so good. Yeah, maybe it is El Segundo, something like that. And then it's got all the co-sponsor decals on it, just like a drag car would. Hearst, B&M, and Autometer, I think, is the other one there. So really cool. Wish it had chrome wheels, though. The white wheels I'm not digging so much. On the hauler, it's not so bad, though. But anyways, this looks really cool. I just am not into like how far the front end dips in. It does look like an old, like late 70s F-150, but with a crushed front end. It looks like it hit an animal or something on the road and it pushed the front end in a little bit on the bottom edge. Kind of what it reminds me of. So, cool hauler, different. Kind of breaks up the monotony with the retro rigs. We're not seeing that same thing over and over and over again, so it kind of gives us something different to look at. As I said, I prefer the retro rig, I think, over this one, but still not so bad. Horizon hauler. Almost forgot the name of it already. I had to look on the base here. So, not bad, but I don't think anything moves. That's the only thing I have against these haulers, the team transporters. I wish they had some kind of rollback or ramps or something that would hook up. That would be great. But not too bad though. Still, they display nicely. So not a bad truck. As I said, I still think, in my opinion, that retro rig wins. But still, not bad. Different. If the front end would have been more like at a 45 degree angle, well, not even 45, like straight up and down, like a 90 degree angle, or however you want to call that, it would be much better than having that dip in, because it looks, I don't know, kind of strange to me. So that is your Ford, that is your Mopar. So the one that I was anticipating the most is the Chevy. You guys probably would have thought it would have been the Mopar, and yeah, I kind of thought the same thing too. But the Chevy though, just the Corvette and the casting of the Vette, everything looks killer. And then having this enclosed Fleet Flyer transporter, it looks great too. So yeah, I'm really hyped on seeing this whole car. Seen pictures of it, but it's even hard to find pictures of it on the internet. Not many of them have been opened yet. So we're going to open this one so we can all get a better look at that Vette. As I said, I dug it with the Fast and Furious for Letty's car, but I don't know. I can't say I hate that one. I'm just not a fan of all the black stuff. I would have rather seen some chrome bumpers, some chrome wheels, or gray wheels, just like this one. So, anyways, here's the Vette, guys. This thing looks killer. It does look just like the Grand Sport Vette, like the 63 Grand Sport, except it's a 65, as you can see, with the vertical vents, and only 3 of them, like a 65, 66 would be. It doesn't have the horizontal double ones like 63 and 64 Vettes. So, still though, has that ride height stance of like a Grand Sport, the flared fenders like a Grand Sport. This blue looks era correct for like the mid-60s, beautifully done. The white racing stripes, and then the racing number 65 to indicate the year too. Really cool. Love the way this car looks. They did some great detail with the tail lights, chrome bumpers, the gray Watanabe style wheels, the chrome rockers. Would have looked better if it would have been chrome side pipes though. And then it would have been a little cooler if it would have had like a big block style hood with that bulge in the center. That would have been really cool. But anyway, still can't complain too much. I love this car. This is like a really cool casting. I know some of the purist guys don't really like it, but I know if you guys think about it, think about all of your old Corvette racers from the 60s. A lot of them were done like this. So a lot of them were done up like this, so it would have tire clearance for when they were lowered, but also for the accessibility for the pit crew changing out the tires, and also so you could run a wider slick front and rear, because that's like I don't know, half square wheel openings that they had. I love the way they look. I love a stock C2, don't get me wrong. It's probably my favorite Vet as the C2s, and bone stock is what I prefer, but I also love my old vintage race cars, so this thing looks killer. In my opinion, love it. And then your Fleet Flyer, nothing really different. It looks the same as it did when it first appeared to us with the Brie Datsun, but looks really cool with the blue, matching blue paint on the Fleet Flyer to match the Corvette. So looks really good. The blue stripe on the side with the Corvette writing that looks just like the Corvette emblems. At least on that era of that, the C2 emblems look just like that. And then your co-sponsor, Goodyear. Then your flip down door. So really, really, really cool set. Really love this C2 with your Fleet Flyer. So that is the Chevy. So we've got our Chevy, and I'll move these around so we can get a better look. Your Mopar, and then your Ford. And then, yeah, I forgot to show you guys today, but I'm sure you can see it, that we kind of done up the diorama a little different than usual. I brought out one of those Johnny Lightning gas stations to kind of break it up just a little bit, to kind of show you guys, I don't know, something different to look at instead of it always being Ron's Auto Cells and the toy store, or just a toy store. So I brought out one of the gas stations and kind of gave it a little different look, and put Neat Streeter from the Real Rider series back in, I think it was 2013 or 14. Put him out there kind of as a filler, try to keep it all Hot Wheels for this video. So that's why that was my car of choice. So guys, this about wraps it up for us for today's video and what I wanted to show you. We do have more team transporters, but I wanted to stick with the muscle car theme for today. Next time, it'll probably be JDM and Euro team transporters. Then we do have a video coming up on Wednesday. It is our chase car day, and yes, there will be a chase car. It's a little different than usual, and it's something that kind of goes against my collecting culture. But this is only my personal prerogative. I don't collect plastic tire cars usually, but this is actually a plastic tire chase car. It's not your regular treasure hunt. It's actually an ID car, and the reason I got it because I bought the regular release ID car, and it's the Charger. So I had to get the chase one, the one that they inserted into the mainline cars, just to match the one that you buy in the box. So we'll bring the one back that comes in the box, and we'll unbox or open up the mainline released ID chase car of the 70 Dodge Charger. We'll do that on Wednesday, and maybe I'll bring out some more Chargers to kind of fill the void a little bit. So that will be coming up on Wednesday. I appreciate you guys watching, and if you have not subscribed yet, please remember to do so, and please give me a thumbs up, please share the video, and tell your friends about my channel, and then I will see you guys on Wednesday. So enjoy the start to your week. Thanks for watching.